Hi everyone and welcome. In this review note, we are going to configure our switch to allow secure shell sessions to be accessed from a remote system. Already starting off at user exec mode, need to start in global config. Right, number of things that we need to do here. One is we need to have a user account that we can use to log in. And in Cisco, we need to specify that we are going to use a different authentication method. The way we do that is with the AAA command, meaning authentication, authorization, and accounting. And the argument for that is going to be new model. That tells us we're changing the type of authentication we're going to be doing. Now we can create a user account. So the command for that is username. Specify what the username is I'm going to log in with. And we want to apply a password to that. And after pressing enter, our new user account has been created. Now another thing that we need to do is generate a RSA certificate that we're going to use to handle the encryption. And you have to have a host name and domain name set for that to work. That was done in a previous exercise, but if something's happened that you have kind of stopped along the way and some of your configuration from before might no longer be valid, go back and set the host name and the domain name. Once that's done, the command we use is crypto, and we're going to work with a key. So key generate type is RSA. It wants to know how big the key is going to be. We're going to use 2K bits, and this will generate the key, which may take a few seconds. Okay, that is now finished generating the key, and we see that it's automatically enabled Secure Shell version 2. We're going to put in the command for that so that it's permanently there. So the command is IP SSH version 2. And that will ensure that that is now in our configuration. So we've done everything that we've needed to do in the background in order to get Secure Shell set up. One thing I want to do to harden our switch a little bit more is not allow telnet access and only allow Secure Shell access on our remote connections. So we're going to go back into our line config for our virtual lines. And we have a command available to us called transport. If we look at the options we have available for that command, we can see that we can specify input, output, and then preferred. We're going to be worried about input in this case. And if we look at the options here, we've got all, none, SSH, and telnet. So all means both Secure Shell and telnet. None means we cannot have remote connections. And then, of course, we can select either one of Secure Shell or telnet. We're going to select Secure Shell and press enter, and what that will do now is allow remote connections, but not telnet, only Secure Shell. So let's try this out. Going to go back over to my terminal session and say Secure Shell. I'm going to log in with my account that I created on the Cisco switch. Put in the IP address of the target. And on the Mac, it's going to come back and say, hey, here is an RSA key. I'm not familiar with this. Do you trust it? And we do trust it. We just created it. I'll say yes. And it's going to prompt me now for my password. And we're in. So just like with telnet before, we're now connected via Secure Shell remotely into our device, and we can view, change configuration, whatever it is we would like to do on our switch. And that's a wrap for the video. Hopefully this has been helpful for you, and we'll see you next time.